Yo, so you have the Three of Wands, the Temperance, the Hanged Man, the Magician, which is Scorpio, the Page of Swords, the Five of Wands, the Star, the Six of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, the Four of Wands. So what I'm saying here for a lot of you is okay, so a lot of you Scorpios are very much so thinking about the future, being future orientated. A lot of you are thinking about what's the next step in your life, right? Because love has way more to do than just love towards another person. Love can also be about self-love too, right? And taking care of oneself, right? Paying attention to what you yourself is doing. The Temperance is about how a lot of you Scorpios are being guided by your wisdom. You're being guided by your wisdom and your past experiences and wanting to make sure that you do not make those past experiences that you've experienced in love as well as just in life in a general sense. Excuse me. And one of the things that you Scorpios are going to make sure that you're not getting caught up in is the Hanged Man, being scapegoated. Because, like I said before, you Scorpios can be scapegoated. A lot of times people think that Scorpios are terrible people. It honestly, to be real with you, it really depends on how upstanding the Scorpio of itself is, really. Because like I said before in certain videos, whatever zodiac sign you are and whatever negative traits come with that, it shows how it is that people can show you that same type of energy if you don't exhibit it. So what I mean by that? What I mean by that is when you are on a lower level, Scorpio, Virgo, Pisces, Aries, whatever, you Scorpios in particular can be untrustworthy. You want revenge, hold on to grudges. You try to get people to do things, compromise people, unfortunately. But what happens when, regardless of whatever zodiac sign you are, what happens when you evolve and you start to do bigger and better and greater things? Now people start doing those same type of Scorpio traits to you. And that's just how the energy dynamic is, right? Especially when people, they're kind of controlled by their own ego. So what happens here is that the Magician represents a lot of you Scorpios understand that it's time for you to really start taking your power back. You're not going to allow people anyone to just come through, say and do whatever it is that they want to you, scapegoat you, play with your heart, because you Scorpios are pretty decent people. Pretty decent people. So the Page of Swords now represents, so as a result of this, a lot of you happen to be in a situation where, but you Scorpios are already supposed to know that in the future, you're going to have some people who are going to be jealous of you, envious of you. And I really have to take the time to talk about this because that's a part of what sets off the games too, right? Like that's part of the games and stuff like this. My hair is itchy, but that's a part of what sets off the games and stuff like that too. It's the idea that, people can get jealous of the fact that a lot of you Scorpios are making progress, not just externally, but internally, spiritually, on a soul level, really starting to find out who you are, starting to be able to get out of the cloudiness of the delusion of what it is that you taught yourself or what you originally thought. And a lot of people don't like that. So because of the fact that you're being able to do your thing the way that you want to, a lot of people are upset and they want to make sure that you Scorpios stay with them. But a lot of you Scorpios are not going. The Star card, again, they hope that you would stay with them. They hope that you don't ever learn and change and grow and do better. They want you to only be in a position where you just grow. You just become better, That's what you want, They want you to be in a position where you don't grow, you don't get better. They just keep you here, right? And those are the people who you used to go out with, used to date, used to know, scapegoating you. But now a lot of you Scorpios are someone that is completely different. The six of swords is about just how different you actually are. You've moved forward. You've ended relationships with them. You've cut all ties. You cut all ties with all the people. You've made it a point to cut all ties with all the people that have held you back, regardless of if they're friends, family members, or if they're exes. No communication from those people. Exes, I'll say family members, you may see them around every now and again at family get-togethers, but you'll show up, get your plate of food, eat for a little bit, talk to some individuals for like 10, 15 minutes, and you're going to bounce. You're not going to be sitting there because you know that a lot of jealous people just in general are around. So what does this have to do with something? Okay, so what this has to do with it is a lot of you Scorpios are in a situation where you're really becoming someone new. You're going through that Scorpio transformation yet again, where again, you're seeing that a lot of people are not real. A lot of people are really on some trying to get people caught up, trying to get people to, kind of low-key worship them. And people are really doing whole lot of nothing for attention. And because they're jealous, because they're mad, because they're upset. And as a result, a lot of you Scorpios are not going along with the games. The Nine of Pentacles, a lot of you Scorpios are very much so focused on yourselves. And if anyone wants to really match you, you're willing to meet people, right? You're still going to step on out, try to see who's out there, right? But on your own terms. On your own terms. You're not going to be sitting there, stepping on out, trying to get to know people simply because you may feel a little bit lonely, for about 15 minutes. It's going to be on your terms. When you see someone that you would like to approach, you will approach. You don't have a problem. You will approach. The Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is very much so about how a lot of you Scorpios as well, because again, you want that family treatment. So again, a lot of you Scorpios are pretty much you're on the right track, but a lot of you Scorpios, you're changing, but you're changing to be someone better, or at least you're saying that, because the situation has not changed for you. You're just saying how it is that you're going to be by yourselves. You need to actually start to go back out there, talk to people again. If you've been doing the work, you need to go back out there and actually talk to people again. Don't just sit there forever and don't do anything forever in a day, right? So, good progress, right? A lot of you Scorpios are making good progress, but take it a step further. Don't just sit there and just be content with just sitting there and unfortunately stagnating. Actually do something with it. So let's clarify the Nine of Pentacles. Eight of Swords, King of Wands, the Two of Swords, and the Five of Cups. So the Five of Swords, the King of Wands, this is about how a lot of you, Scorpios really, you have some envious people around. You have envious people around that you used to talk to, that were the people that you were with, hanging out with, friends, family, people that you used to be in romantic situations with. I'm trying to put it, this is YouTube. So, but it just seems like a lot of you Scorpios are thinking a little bit too much about that, though. Not enough about what's actually happening. Not enough at the fact that you Scorpios, need to forget about these people, because you're not with those people anymore. And if you are, you need to get rid of them. because those people are going to continue to make your lives worse every chance they get. The Two of Swords and the Five of Cups, and then they're going to come back and try to make it seem like it was nothing but an accident.